Tanongin ko lang muna no, for the record, are you the lead House prosecutor for the impeachment trial?
Okay, let me answer. There is no lead prosecutor. We are co-equal prosecutors, no? We will be making an equal representation and contribution as part of the prosecution team representing the 19th Congress of the Philippines, specifically the initial 215 members of the House who are supporting the impeachment trial. But I understand the number is still growing.
Nagkaroon na po ba ng division of labor kung sino po yung mga prosecutor na magpo-focus on specific articles of impeachment?
Yeah, you're asking about the article of impeachment we wish to focus on. There is no specific assignment yet, no? Kakatapos lang po ng aming initial meeting that was last week, and we'll be having another meeting this week. And of course, marami pa pong kasunod yan. We'll be having regular meetings in preparation for the impeachment trial. So, as of today, wala pa pong specific assignment, but of course, we understand that among the 7 articles of impeachment, we honestly believe na ang pinaka-solid na ground are the first 3, no? Ang first 3 po natin, one is the threat to the President, the First Lady, and the House Speaker. Second is the misuse of confidential fund, both of the OVP and the DepEd. And the third is the payola in the Department of Education.
Yung sa death threat po, no? Sa press con ni Vice President, ang claim niya, hindi daw siya nag-issue ng death threat. Okay? How do you respond to that? Kahit malinaw yung sinabi niya sa video.
Yes, I think the Filipinos from around the world were able to witness the rage, no? Yung galit, the articulation of the threat. Plus, I understand, nagsalita pa siya ng no joke, no? Bagaman, that's what the Vice President is claiming. She did not make an actual threat. I believe what matters is how the people watching her perceived and understand what she is saying. And with all due respect, ang understanding ko sa naging message na there is indeed an actual threat.
Okay. Ano po tingin niyo rin sa timeline na binigay ni Senate President Jesus Cordero? June 2, sabi niya, yung impeachment trial. Ang claim is, of course... Go ahead po.
Christian, naka-anim ka na interruption ng internet.
Sorry.
Continue?
Oo nga. We continue. I can hear you po.
Okay. About the timeline, well, there are divided schools of thought, no? Merong opinions na similar to Senate President Jesus Cordero, na they cannot proceed with convening the impeachment court because the Senate is already on recess, no? There's another school of thought which says they can convene anytime because the Constitution, first and foremost, is silent. As a matter of fact, the terminology that was used was forthwith, which the understanding of many, dapat immediate makonvene ang impeachment court at makapag-take ng oath ang impeachment court judges. From my end, Christian, this is a constitutional duty, no? That we have to take, we have to address. Kaya, pagaman there are different schools of thought, sa akin simple lang yun eh. When the law does not provide, we should not provide. Kung wala namang sinabi na during recess lang pwede mag-convene ang impeachment court, then it follows na pwede. Plus, we should consider the fact na impeachment process is different from legislative process. Ang dapat na talagang on session ang Congress is when they are doing a legislative work. Pero if it is an impeachment trial, this is different from a legislative work. The way I see it, there is no reason at all why they should stop from convening until June 2 of 2025, no? But of course, at the end of the day, Christian, no, we submit to the wisdom and the authority of the impeachment court. And of course, that is the 23 senators who will be sitting as the judges of the impeachment court.
Should the president or can the president call for a special session specifically to convene the impeachment court?
Yes, kaya lang yung yung sa presidente kasi pinanood ko yung kanyang interview. He recognizes the principle of separation of power. Gusto niya magkaroon ng initiative from the Senate na kung i-request ng Congress, kung i-request ng Senado to have a special session, he will be authorizing a special session to be able to proceed to the impeachment trial. In other words, ang understanding ko sa demeanor ng presidente ay hindi siya mauuna. If there will be requests coming from the Congress, particularly the Senate, he will work with the Congress para magkaroon ng special session at makaproceed tayo sa impeachment trial. So, ibig sabihin, he's deferring also to the wisdom and authority of the impeachment court, and that is the Senate.
So that is an option. Pero just to convene the impeachment court, dapat manggaling po ba yan doon sa Senate President? He can convene that himself.
If that should come from the Senate President, I believe, yes, kasi sila ito Kahit gusto natin, kahit gusto ng presidente, we have to acknowledge the fact that it will be the 23 senators who will be sitting as the judges of the impeachment court. Kung wala silang gagawin, they will not take the initiative or they will not do something with respect to the request of the public that we proceed to impeachment trial, wala talagang mangyayari. Because there's only one impeachment court, and that is the Senate, no? Kaya, bagaman there are varying opinions about whether they can convene or otherwise, at the end of the day, we really have to submit to the wisdom and authority of the Senate kasi sila yan. Sila yung impeachment court. Kahit gusto natin at hindi tama sa kanilang pananaw, I think hindi matutuloy ang impeachment trial until June 2 of 2025 as pronounced already by our Senate President.
But kayo, would you prefer to hold the trial sooner than June 2?
Before or after election? That is the question. Actually, it's not material to me anymore whether it is before or after election Kasi ang perspective namin dito sa House, constitutional duty natin to kahit tayo ay obligadong mangampanya. For most of us na may mga kalaban, we are looking forward na maintindihan tayo ng ating mga constituents, no? Na ito ay kasama sa ating pinanumpaang tungkulin which we really have to abide, no? So whether it will happen before election or after election, we in the prosecution team are always ready to do our responsibility.
Pero nandun po yung uncertainty, no? Na dapat lahat kayo manalo sa election.
Definitely. Basta may kalaban. Basta may kalaban ka, basta oppose ang candidacy mo, talagang kailangan mong mangampanya. As much as possible, you want to pay full attention to that, no? Pero ito kasing obligasyon na napaatang sa amin as prosecutors ay constitutional duty natin to. Pinanumpaan natin to. Hindi natin to pwedeng talikuran. We are hoping and praying that it will be appreciated positively by the constituents of our respective district.
Is this a campaign issue so far? Nararamdaman niyo po ba ito?
Hindi pa. Siguro kapag nag-umpisa na yung impeachment trial. Kasi tayo naman Christian kahit malayo pa yung election season. I remember even back in 2022, kakapanalo pa lang natin, no? Talagang routine natin ang umikot ng umikot regardless of the date of the coming election. Kaya lang, syempre, pag ganitong election season na, you need to provide more focus and attention sa iyong kampanya. Christian?
Mm. Apo. How do you respond dun sa claim ng iba na you proceeded with the impeachment to cover up for the budget issue?
Come again, Christian? Medyo na-interrupt ka doon.
May claim kasi na he decided to impeach the Vice President to cover up the budget issue.
No. The impeachment of the Vice President is an issue which is separate and distinct from the budget issue. Ito, na-witness naman ng maraming Pilipino. Yung naging hearing natin sa Blue Ribbon Committee or Good Government Committee. No doubt, talagang we have reasons to initiate the complaint. We have sufficient evidence to initiate the impeachment complaint, no? And to start with the impeachment trial, with or without the issues in the budget. Tingin ko lang ha, Christian, talagang matutuloy itong impeachment process na ito. Because this is the clamor already of the public. As a matter of fact, dun sa House, overwhelming ang nag-sponsor na number ng members ng 19th Congress ng impeachment complaint. Which is, I believe, is proof na talagang majority, the super majority believe na meron tayong sufficient evidence to initiate the impeachment process.
What if she resigns before trial or during trial?
Okay. My answer to that is this, no? Pagaman, I wish to advance na divided din ang legal opinion ng mga experts dito. Pero sa akin, from my humble opinion, there are two specific prayers in the impeachment complaint. One is the removal of the Vice President, and two is her perpetual disqualification to hold office. Kung magre-resign ang ating Vice President, it is my humble submission that it will render the first prayer moot and academic already. Why? Sinong tatanggalin mo kung nag-resign na? So, wala nang significance yung first prayer, which is removal from office of the Vice President. However, with respect to the number 2 prayer, the second prayer, that is the perpetual disqualification to hold office, it is my humble submission that the trial should proceed, notwithstanding the resignation, to be able to come up with a final determination whether or not there are grounds to declare the Vice President as perpetually disqualified from holding office.
Okay. Let's talk about the upcoming trial. May mga nagsasabi na if the trial happens now, baka mahirapan ang conviction because of the current Senate. What do you say to that?
Tingin ko it's too early to say that eh. Kasi we really have to see and evaluate, observe kung anong mangyayari during the impeachment trial, no? Number one, very, very significant yung public opinion, public clamor, kung paano nila i-appreciate ang presentation of evidence of the prosecution vis-a-vis the presentation of evidence of the accused, no? The respondent. Kaya for me, it's too early to say na mahihirapan sa conviction. It really depends on what will happen during the impeachment trial. Too early to say na mahihirapan or magiging madali to get a conviction. It depends really on the evidence which will be presented both by the prosecution and the defense.
But you have the likes of Senators Amy Marcos recently and Robin Padilla before already made their preferences known. Hindi ba this would run counter to your objective?
Yes, pero gusto kong maniwala, Christian, na kahit may prior pronouncement na sila dun sa support na ibibigay nila sa ating Vice Presidente, no? I wish to believe na part ng kanilang constitutional duty yan, pag-aralan yung mga ebidensyang ilalatag. Kahit sa amin, we really need to weigh the evidence of the prosecution vis-a-vis the evidence of the defense. Kaya, the reason why I keep on saying this, Christian, during the inquiry in aid of legislation before the House, no? Napansin nating lahat, hindi nag-participate yung Vice President. As a matter of fact, hindi nga siya naglatag ng ebidensya niya. 'Di ba? In other words, ang nakikita pa lang natin is the evidence of the prosecution. That's why I look forward din na matuloy yung impeachment trial para makita natin, may evidence ba siya to controvert the prosecution's evidence. And with respect to the senators who will be sitting as impeachment court judges, I wish to believe that they will be objective in evaluating the evidence to be presented as part of their constitutional duty, especially considering ito ay bubuksan sa publiko, naka-televise, di ba? So, makikita to ng taong bayan and they will be judged as well kung sa kabila ng mga ebidensyang inilatag, they will be making their respective stand, no? So, kagaya ng mga kasama kong prosecutors, I think the senators need to be conscious as well, need to be very objective as well dun sa kanilang magiging appreciation of the case. Because whatever appreciation they have, that will affect also the people's appreciation of them as one of the judges of the impeachment court.
Let's talk about the powers of the impeachment court po, no? So, technically, pwedeng pabuksan yung bank accounts ng Vice President at pwede rin ipatawag yung mga tipong Mary Grace Piatos kung meron man. Can you talk about the power of the impeachment court?
Yes, part of the power of the impeachment court is to issue subpoena ad testificandum and subpoena duces tecum, which means these are the compulsory processes of the impeachment court. Like what you've said, pwedeng pabuksan yung mga bank accounts, pwedeng magpatawag ng mga testigo. So, we are looking forward na yung modes of discovery of evidence ay magiging very effective dito sa impeachment trial. Kaya we have a lot of things to look forward to dito sa impeachment trial, no? Mga pagkakataon na hindi natin nagawa dun sa inquiry in aid of legislation. To be particular, yung sinasabi mong mga bank accounts, those were the allegations of former Senator Sonny Trillanes. Pero hindi po natin yan napabuksan. And tayo po, we have a lot of faith on the impeachment court. Ibang usapan na to. And I wish to believe na with the impeachment court, they will be able to come up with the proper disclosure of these bank accounts to shed light dun sa ating impeachment process.
Yung confidentiality ng confidential funds na laging binabanggit ng Vice President kaya hindi raw niya masagot. Can that also be superseded by the powers of the impeachment court?
I think even without the impeachment court, we have removed already the nature of confidentiality considering the violations in the use of the same. We have to remember that confidential fund is still part of the public fund. At pag sinabi nating public fund, there is public accountability as well, no? Hindi natin pwedeng gamitin yung confidentiality clause as a shield to cover the illegalities. That can be used only for you to be able to realize the objective and purpose of confidential fund. And that is for the purpose of national security. Ito iba eh. Parang hindi mo makonect yung national security to sa use of confidential fund. So, Why will you use the confidentiality shield for the purpose of covering up the illegality? From my humble opinion, Christian, that confidential fund, the moment you violate the law, is already removed from its confidential shield.
Isa rin po nakakabitin din sa House hearings, yung dalawang security aid ng Vice President na hindi yata lumitaw. So, they can also be compelled to appear in the impeachment court.
Yes, we can actually move for their appearance. The impeachment judges can motu proprio issue an invitation dito sa ating mga military officers, no? Marami pong pwedeng revelation pa ang mangyari dito sa impeachment trial. Sa amin po sa House, it was really our stand not to subpoena the two military officers in deference po sa leadership ng Armed Forces of the Philippines who promised to come up with their own investigation pertaining to the admission of the DepEd SDO and the OVP SDO na ito pong questionable confidential fund were turned over to the two military officers.
What do you think of the initial pronouncements by Senator Escudero na magkakaroon ng pre-trial kung saan ano na lahat ng mga markings, etc., evidence para mas smooth yung trial proper? Ibig sabihin, wala na raw sorpresa during the impeachment trial itself.
Actually, Christian, yan talaga yung ginagawa sa korte. Pre-trial. Marking of exhibits, no? Listing of the names of the possible witnesses and kung merong mga stipulation of facts na pwedeng gawin, admission of facts, pwede na natin gawin yon. That is actually very vital in any court proceedings, including impeachment court. Kasi kumbaga parang nililinis niya yung direction ng proceedings ng impeachment trial. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that na si SP Cheese Escudero ay pre-announce niya kaagad na magkakaroon muna ng pre-trial before we proceed to the trial proper of the impeachment complaint.
Pero pag ganun po ba, hindi naman precluded yung prosecution na maglabas ng additional evidence during trial? Kunwari talagang very significant.
May grounds dyan, no? May grounds na pwede kang maglatag ng ebidensya which were not included during the pre-trial kung ma-justify mo na late mo na na-discover yung evidence, no? But there are rules in the rules of court which I believe are suppletory in character pagdating sa impeachment trial. So, I believe that this will be considered by the impeachment court judges as to whether or not those evidence which were not listed during the pre-trial will be allowed during the trial proper.
Sa inyo po, what should be the standard of proof ng impeachment court?
The standard of proof of an impeachment court, kasi kapag sa criminal case, it should be proof beyond reasonable doubt, no? I was checking the amount of proof that is necessary for the purpose of conviction. And I am not certain yet ano bang quantum of proof ang hinihingi for the conviction during the impeachment trial. But let me look into that, Christian, no? Kasi this is very vital in impeachment proceedings. We have to be certain kung ano ba talaga, considering the past impeachment processes na ginawa natin. Anong naging standard ng Senate P4 with respect to the quantum of evidence that is necessary for the purpose of conviction.
I suppose wala pa po kayong karanasan sa isang impeachment trial, no? This would be a first.
That is true, pero this is my first time.
Opo, pero can you talk about parang how important is this for you given your experience sa legal profession? This is something different for all of you.
This is actually very important to me. Bagaman napakabigat na trabaho nito, no? Pero for a first-termer, na ikaw ay mapahanay sa prosecution team, of course, we are grateful to our colleagues in the 19th Congress sa ating leadership, sa ating mga chairman ng Quadcom, including the Blue Ribbon Committee. Because I humbly believe hindi naman po tayo mapupunta dito kung tayo hindi pinagtitiwalaan ng ating mga kasamahan sa 19th Congress of the Philippines. Yes, we understand mabigat na responsibility po ito, but this is a meaningful opportunity to become part of another history in our Philippine nation.
Okay. Isang possibility kasi baka raw kuning abogado si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte at makaharap ninyo. How are you preparing for his possible antics given his behavior the last time he appeared in the Senate? Tsaka sa inyo rin, sa House.
I understand, no, Christian? Pero comparing to the other resource persons, I must say na si former president mas responsive mas engaging, di ba? Compared dun sa ibang resource persons. The other resource persons would just keep on saying, I invoke my right against self-incrimination, I invoke my right to privacy. The former president shared a lot of information. Naging very engaging siya. So, I am looking forward for a meaningful engagement with the former president as if he joins the defense team of the vice president.
Eh, yung baka magulo yung proceedings dun sa mga antics niya. Diba? Yung naiiba-iba yung mga discussion.
May mga rules tayo. We can move, we can file motions, and tayo naman po ay naniniwala sa impeachment court na they will be able to rule dun sa mga untoward behavior if ever there will be some in accordance with the rules of the impeachment trial.
Okay. Congresswoman Jinky Luistro, maraming salamat po for joining us dito sa Facts First.